Welcome back to the Scrum, December 30th.
30th, dude.
Yo,
2020.
It's a milestone.
2020 almost over.
We're almost out of here.
And
We've
nothing's
almost
going
hit
to
the
change
extract.
next year, dude.
We got to extract out by customs, you know? Escape the Tarkov. Fucking
No one knows what you're saying.
No,
there's like
nobody.
there's like 3 people out there like, oh shit, dude, that are watching
like
our shit.
one guy in Scandinavia who listens to the pod, but won't see the Scrum.
Won't see the Scrum,
He knows
dude.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We'll talk about it there
We'll
too,
get there.
dude.
We'll get there. Let it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm a trendy motherfucker.
Right.
I'm on shit before anyone's on it.
Okay.
So let this catch fire. Let
Okay.
people catch wind of what's going on. It'll get big, and then my references will make sense to all of you.
Exactly. And then people get to go back and find the old gems.
I'm
Yeah.
just dropping
They're like,
gems.
oh man, he's been on that shit since.
If you go back and watch all of our content, we're both just absolutely. We're like South Park. We just predict the future.
It's kind of crazy.
And over
Yeah.
and over.
It is pretty.
The only way you'll
unbelievable.
know is if you go back and consume all of our content. So you're gonna have
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that to know that we're right.
Because we speak in code, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's all very coded.
Decipher the message.
Yeah, and you got to start. We give you the keys as you go along. So if you start in the middle, it's going to be damn near impossible.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Did you see one of those?
Zodiac.
Yeah, I was one of those Zodiac letters. Like real recently, finally got decoded by just some college kids.
What
There
is
wasn't much information in it.
I was gonna
but-
say just say like I have poopy butt.
Yeah,
It's like
it was
something-
literally just like, yo, that guy who called the radio wasn't actually me. Like that, like it was just some
Nothing
shit like
telling.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy that it took him that long to finally.
Yo, Ted Cruz, man. May or may not be. That's some real incriminating type shit to say.
It's all right, dude. It's
I
a
don't think
meme.
that, like, does that? I it's a meme, but like that really doesn't work out math wise, does it?
I don't think
Like
so.
he's
at all.
way too young.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Like, isn't he
dude.
like way too young?
I'm pretty sure.
Depends on when.
By
Doesn't
like a good 2 decades.
doesn't
like,
depend on like when he started, right? Like if he started by like 8, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
like legit.
Writing all those letters and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like
Like
a
a real
savant, like
psychopath.
15-year-old murderer. Like
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't
Fucking maybe. There's a lot
Tell
of
you what.
fucked up people.
ain't my place.
Yeah. That's for
It
sure.
ain't my place.
Dude,
Um,
speaking of my place though, finally pretty much moved into my new apartment, dude.
So
Fucking
sorry.
finally. You know what I'm saying?
I just can't wait for us to be able to like fully talk about it.
I know. It has been a fucking nightmare. We're almost there.
Yeah.
I got to talk to the old management company about some shit, but
We'll get there.
we'll get there, dude. It's going to be
But you're
great.
moved in?
The old company.
Pretty much moved in. Yeah.
You're moved in?
Moved in, dude. Fucking not all the way unpacked yet, but in the space. Have a bed.
What
I
if you
have
go
a
home and
bed.
James is just like setting your shit up?
I wish, dude.
Bro, I walked by your room and it just was bothering me of being all packed up. So James would never. I can't.
You would
I
absolutely.
can't even finish this joke. It's so untrue.
Dude, we moved in and like I started with like the kitchen, the living room. James was
the
just,
common areas.
James was just back in his room, like doing his shit, coming out asking me for stuff.
Bro,
like,
when
yo,
I
where's
was-
this at? Like, dude, I don't know, man. I'm on the
I have it.
plates
It's
and
still
dishes.
in the boxes.
Yeah.
Bro, when I was
Yo, where's
helping
our-
him move? when I was
Where's our
helping-
aluminum
bro,
foil?
It's just like, excuse me, put something in the microwave. Just. What were you saying, Dylan?
When I was helping him move before you showed up, like straight up, I was the one going, "All right, man, we gonna go back and keep grabbing some more shit, or you just sitting on the porch smoking a cigarette and shit."
I love it.
It's
James
great,
don't-
dude.
Like, bro.
James don't give a fuck.
It's great.
I
I got a fancy new coffee machine, bro. It came in today,
Nice.
like a nice fucking has like espresso side and like a drip coffee side.
Nice.
I'm gonna get way too fucking
hype?
too fucking nerdy
Too
on some
caffeinated?
coffee, dude. Yeah, drinking coffee till like 8 p.m. just trying shit. Can't wait.
Dangerous.
Who needs to sleep, dude? Lots of
Dangerous.
espresso.
Lots of caffeine. The OD
Keep
on
me
caffeine.
fucking, you know what I'm saying? Keep me zoned in, dog.
Have a stroke.
I work from home. I never have to sleep.
Drink a bunch of beer, just counteract it all.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. My stomach, tip top shape after beer and coffee. Nothing but for.
That's what the stomach needs.
It's it's true.
Speaking of your place, I mean, it really is like the timing's perfect. There's not much else hockey to talk about, or that we want to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna
other
save
than
the some of the big shit for the podcast. So check out the
Zdeno
podcast.
Chara is a Washington Capital, people.
Dude, they're pulling in all the fucking old legends, dude.
Yeah, Dylan, I said it. Zdeno Chara is a fucking Washington Capital. So when I got that notification, it was from an unverified Twitter account,
Yeah.
some sports writer. I don't even, credit where it's due. I just don't remember the guy's name. But the person has like 30-some thousand followers, and that's what I saw going around Twitter at first, before anything official was dropped. And everyone's reaction was the same. Honestly, I thought it was fake just based on the other legitimate sort of personalities' reactions.
Really?
Just in the sort of like no way, and a lot of people just not believing it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. You sent me like the tweet, and I was literally like, no shot. Like this is like
there's no absolute.
I just
way.
like
so many reasons, right? Like
just so random. Just seems so fucking random. Could Boston not re-sign him for like it was $795,000 for a year?
He's the captain of the team.
Like
he's been there. What, he came from the Islanders in like the early 90s, late 80s, bro?
Yeah,
He's been playing in the league for like 20-something years.
He's got to be like top 5 most iconic Bruins ever, right?
Not only that, yes.
Right.
But not only that, he's arguably one of the top players at his position.
Oh, yeah,
in the history of the game.
Yeah.
For,
in his prime.
For unique facets, but once in a lifetime
you
player.
Can't teach 6'9". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can't teach 6'9".
Cannot. And he's a Washington Capital. It's a weird signing. Aside from all the reasons that we just named, it's a little weird in the timing with the whole Lundqvist thing too.
Yeah,
just like it's like you lose this. And let's look at the fan service side of it. Bringing in a veteran presence like a Lundqvist. Again, I saw it from that side. I saw it as here's a guy who's been in the league for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's available.
Yeah,
sort of need the role. You could have anyone fill that role, and that's no shot to Lundqvist's ability at this point in his career. I just think you could have a lot of other different goaltenders play that spot to back up Samsonov and help him emerge as what I think will be an elite goaltender at the pace he's been playing. With Lundqvist going down. No anticipation of seeing that really coming. Honestly, maybe they talked about it a little bit. I don't think they really saw it coming the way it came out. You got to make up for that.
Yeah.
From the fan service side.
Mm-hmm.
Chara would be the best person to fill that void, I guess, of a veteran presence, superstar, old timer, veteran presence.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild.
It's wild. And he's obviously been there and done that. Now, and the Capitals have too, but. You know what I'm saying? Like a guy like Chara, that's huge for the rooms in the same way Lundqvist would be in that just calming presence and everything.
And it's so funny how, you talk about teams going young, speed.
Mm-hmm.
Capitals are old.
They are.
They're
kind of the late prime of a lot of their players.
But when are they not at any point top 5 team in the league?
Yeah. I mean, over the past, 5 years probably? Like you got a guy like Ovechkin, like you're always going to be right there with it, you know what I'm saying? And it was just interesting to look, because I was thinking, and we were even saying when we didn't believe it, that did the Capitals really even need him on the defensive end? And it's like, nah, not really. So like the top pairs, Brendan Dillon and John Carlson. I mean, that's probably not fucking changing. Orlov and Justin Schultz, who I forgot they got Schultz in the this past offseason.
And there's a lot of different opinions on Schultz. You can't argue that he's not a solid NHL defender.
Yeah,
and he's with
a lot of high upside.
Guy.
He's a lot of high upside too with the offense. But then so you got originally it was Nick Jensen and Siegenthaler was their third pair, and so I guess Chara's going to slide in and take over Siegenthaler's spot, which probably an improvement, you know what I mean?
Siegenthaler's
he's good.
He's not bad. He has tenacity, plays a hard game.
He's a third pairing defenseman. I think he's like a 100%. real solid third pairing defenseman.
But just like the way I watch him play, he's not huge, but he plays a lot like Brandon Dillon to me.
Yeah, plays with that just a little bit of edge, or like you're saying, tenacity. So do you think Chara holds down that 6th, 7th defensive role, or do you think they're gonna I don't know, the ice management with him, you know what I'm saying? Like some games on, take a game or two here off,
Yeah, I think it's just all about where he can be utilized. I mean, I think if you look at the way that Boston fans would criticize his utilization, everyone kind of saw him as like this big pylon on McAvoy's side or opposite side, almost in the way.
Yeah.
A lot of fans kind of looked at
that.
Just
doesn't have the speed.
I think that's a negative way to look at a really positive asset in what that quote-unquote pylon brings. He's a big obstacle.
Yeah.
I mean, in some cases, I don't see how you couldn't utilize him with John Carlson.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm just throwing it out there.
No, definitely. And if, God forbid, someone else, if Dylan or Orlov, something happens, they're out for a little bit, having a guy like Chara to slide up the lineup is
maybe
that's a pretty good
if he were to
thing
play
have.
another season, it starts to kind of get really out of the question. But right now, still, I don't see how Chara is not an NHL player. You can't put at any pairing.
Yeah,
You
and
can't
I
play him
mean,
for a whole game.
yeah,
but
but
you
he
can
can
move
step
him
up.
anywhere.
Yeah,
He can play
high
any
IQ.
position.
Like, he's so smart. You know what I'm saying?
How
Like,
do you
there's
not-
nothing he hasn't seen.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly, man. It's a guy who's done and seen it all. He could, by that effect, can play anywhere.
yeah, it's weird. Could Boston not sign him at less than $1 million for a year? Like,
And
I
the way
straight
they
up don't know.
The way this went down,
It was kind of just like
peace.
deuces, and I guess
Look
that's
what
kind of the
happened with Torrey.
media's fault too. Like,
It
they're
is.
always going to get it before the team can
But look what happened
put
with
some
Crew.
shit out. Yeah,
That just was like a disaster. Apparently.
yeah.
You know, it's
That is a lot of exodus from that Bruins blue line.
and you know, not to tie two and two, but with all the other stuff that Boston's failed to do in terms of like the social climate and failed to represent certain values that a lot of fans and people would just expect an organization like that to uphold, they've missed the mark and like have even gone out of their way to not make statements.
Yeah. Do you think they're?
I don't find that coincidental.
Do you think they think they're too big for it in the sense that like people are like Boston, like Chara's done so much for you over these past few years? Do you think they look at it like, well, we're the Boston fucking Bruins, like we did everything for him, like he's nothing without us? Do you think they look at themselves
I truly do.
like that?
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
No, that's with no like actual insight. That's just my like biased opinion or
That's just how we
Gut
feel about
instinct.
Thank you.
Boston people, you know.
Exactly,
people from
man.
Boston.
fucking weirdos. Like yeah, like honestly, they go like I mean, well, how many cups did Chara win in Boston?
One, maybe two.
Maybe two.
I think it's just one.
I think just one.
Look
so,
that up real quick, Dylan.
So to your point,
Yeah,
what does that mean?
yeah.
You know, fucking Hurricanes won a cup.
It's true. That's true. That is
Boston's
true.
won a lot.
That is true. But yeah,
And not the whole same management and ownership hasn't been there. The entirety of Chara's career, and I'm sure he's seen a lot of different. Probably maybe the same ownership. I don't know, but you've seen a lot of different executive heads.
oh definitely.
roll in and out, but it's all going to be that same culture passed through the
Yeah.
management leadership. What a weird ending to his career as a Boston Bruin. What a great come up for the Capitals.
Oh, huge,
Just what a come up.
huge.
What
I'm
a
excited to watch him and not have to play him
It's so yeah, for real, right? Shouts out those division realignments.
for real. We'll just have to play Tampa. You know, no big deal.
No biggie. God, imagine if he could have gone to Tampa, bro.
He coulda.
really could have gone to Tampa.
On that one, I mean, and we'll get into that, dude. We like really just to fucking on the podcast we get into it, but
Yeah.
Tampa just said fuck you to a salary cap.
A lot of teams,
Like,
yeah, we'll talk about that. on the pod.
never
A
heard
lot
of her,
teams
dude.
don't
Like
give a shit about your salary cap. CBA is meaningless. Huh?
won one cup.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, to your point, they could have some smug fucking attitude. Well, you're Zdeno Chara, but you're no Bobby Orr.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
They literally called up Don Cherry. Like, what do you think about this, Don? Like, there's no Bobby Orr. Speaking of Bobby Orr, did you guys see PK and Lindsey Vonn broke off their engagement?
I did see that, dude. After
3 years.
3 years, man.
Hey, you know, COVID. People
And
grow apart. They're
he's
like
kind of annoying.
well, they're
But
they're also two seemingly very strong personalities. You
Yeah.
know? Probably just don't
But,
really.
dude, I'm gonna be honest, because you always saw the cute videos come out. She like for the past like year and a half, she looked fucking tired of it, dude. Like just like that, just high energy, just like
He's a
this,
lot.
like this is my baby, and she's just like, but we're chilling right now. You know, it's like it's Tuesday, like we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have just done something nice for me for my birthday. We don't need it to be filmed to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
I mean,
just
you never know. It could be all that shit.
Yeah.
It's fun. You see a lot of big power couples, so to speak, always fall apart.
yeah,
Your
it's a lot of pressure.
Bragelinas.
Yeah.
You know, your who was the NBA player who was married to Kim for like a day? He played for who did he play for? Did he play for Cleveland?
Honestly, can't remember.
I can't remember.
Because it was Lamar Odom and Chloe.
Yeah, Lamar and Chloe. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about Kim. Kim married that
Yeah.
one dude. She married him before Kanye.
Were she and Reggie Bush married?
I don't think they were married.
Chris Humphries,
Was it Chris Humphries?
Is it Chris
Maybe
Humphries?
it might
Is
be,
it
dude.
Chris
one of
Humphries?
her ex-husbands.
Yeah,
It's probably Chris Humphries.
Yeah, Chris Humphries. I forgot my point was that.
But just power couples break up,
They
dude.
break
It's
it
the
up.
cat that looks like Dylan, son.
Chris Humphries?
Yeah.
It looks like
With the-
our buddy Dylan?
Yeah, with
Oh,
especially
nice.
with the ponytail.
Nice. Yeah.
There you go.
Look out, dude. Dylan could bag Kim Kardashian. Dude.
Shouts
Look at
out
that.
Dylan,
Shouts
dude.
out Dylan.
Shouts out starting 5.
Shouts out starting 5. We need to get him on a podcast
We do.
episode just to like we should do an episode. We should steal his shit, put it on our shit, and we'll be like, but you're gonna be a guest on our shit. Dude. That's what we're gonna
And
steal.
you're gonna like it.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
really just
Steal
need
his
to, like,
intellectual
just
property.
work him out of the whole.
We're gonna
Just
take it. We're just gonna start a new podcast just
Yeah.
called the Starting 5.
drop.
We
Call it starting 5. Drop the.
Dude.
Or no, was it keep the
yeah,
the
dude,
Facebook.
we just like do a real slight rebrand to hockey. That's all. It's always like it's no longer basketball starting 5. Just a real slight. We're just gonna change some like
How
segment
convenient
names.
There's 5 players on the court ice surface.
We kind of on the line of fucking celebrity shit, dude. Did you see Jake Paul put out a video just like talking shit to all the, it was like a series of skits, like cutting back and forth between them, like making fun of fucking like Conor McGregor and all Ben Askren and like all these fucking Nick Diaz, like all these MMA
Just
fighters,
dropping names,
dude. It was, and I'm not gonna like. I watched it. It was like some short shit. Have you seen on the YouTube app? They do like the TikTok style thing now.
I've heard about it, but I have not seen it.
So, like-
I have heard. I don't use the app enough.
I guess I use it a bunch, just like walking around my apartment and shit. But I saw it and it was saying he was talking shit and fucking. But dude, it was like 60 seconds. Fucking hilarious, dude. Like so fucking funny. Like way funnier than I thought it was gonna be.
I mean,
going
you gotta
into it.
look at it from the perspective, like for you especially. You're a MMA fan more so than Dylan and I. So you know these personalities he's talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Like,
it's
you know what I
true.
mean? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have stake in who these guys claim
Definitely.
to be and what type of shit they don't take. So then you have this absolute butthole
Yeah.
just fucking being a clown at him. That's never not gonna be
My
hilarious.
favorite part though was in the video he recreated because he was talking shit to Dylan Danis, the guy they water balloon. They like recreated that scene
and I'm
as him
convinced
being
that was
Dylan
staged,
Danis.
bruh.
Huh?
I've been thinking about that more staged.
It
Because you know he was being interviewed.
by Brendan Schaub on Brendan Schaub's MMA show.
Yeah,
So
when it happened.
Yeah.
Staged. Everyone knew.
yeah, either
When I went back and watched the Schaub interview,
Mhm.
Schaub's like trying not to crack a smile.
Yeah.
He's like, I knew. Like he's the
He
guy's
also-
the worst
but
fucking actor in the world.
he's also like buddies with those Paul guys.
Why
So
wouldn't he
like
be?
yeah,
They live in LA,
yeah.
California.
And
you know?
he's got to suck fame off somebody. And
Well, dude, I love that fucking. Not to tangent, but that fucking that clip of Schaub just like affirming everything that Rogan
yeah,
says.
dude,
I
it's so
love that.
goddamn funny, dude.
I
He's like,
love
he's like, I
that.
hate that. Rogan's like, I love that. He's like, dude, it's the best.
I mean, it's just such a horrible way. Oh, it's the most horrible way.
yeah. Oh, Joe, the worst way.
It's just the worst. I mean, the worst. I love that shit. I mean, we all do that.
For
You
sure.
get- especially if you get like sucked into that, like if you're like in that rhythm of that conversation.
Yeah.
You know, or if you're like trying to get to your own point, you just like want to shut them
Yeah,
off.
yeah, no, it's awful. Yeah, no, continue. But
It's so funny, dude.
But-
It sucks them off hard.
I know.
Uh,
Warzone. New
little bit
map.
of Warzone. New maps come in 2021.
I think it's
We'll
supposed to
see.
be like February. February.
I have completely given up all hope that this game will be anything that it ever once was. This game, to me,
Or is it that, or is it you've just gotten tired of what it is?
no, dude. It's think about the last meta before this current meta.
Okay,
All right, and I'm gonna use content creators as a benchmark for
we're talking about the kilo, right?
more so like the shotgun, the
Okay.
fire breath, right? Which, for all we know, could still be 100% viable, right? Like it could still be
Probably.
one of the best weapons in the game, but no one's using it because they replace that with even more broken weapons.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think the Mac 10's as broken as
The DMR?
the R9. No, well, the R9. I mean, the DMR definitely is, but the R9 shotgun was just
I
because
don't
with
know
the
if
Mac
A,
10,
you've seen enough people use it, or B, or haven't used it enough yourself. That shit is broken.
it is, but like clearing a building, like going into a building with the Mac 10, like it's broken, but you still gotta. It's the one line of fire, whereas
Right.
like the shotgun is
I would
literally.
agree.
I think I watched a video on how broken it ended up being. It would be like half the shells would have to hit anywhere on your body, and like it would down.
I
the
guess
guy.
what I'm saying is Warzone's gone from a drop in BR to
Mm-hmm.
at this point, in my opinion, you have the map of Verdansk that's used as a setting to test where everyone gets the same loadout and they fight each other on one map.
It's kind of what it. Once you get to a
That's-
certain like point when you're playing. Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, I don't believe, or I've lost all faith that it will never not be that game. This game
yeah,
will
it's kind
forever
of
be
it's
the
stuck in that.
two-gun
It's going to
meta.
be stuck in a vicious cycle. But I think part of that is, I mean, like how is it not that though? I guess you know what I'm like. There's always I feel like there's always going to be 2 or 3 guns that are the best. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple different secondaries. You know, some people.
I don't have the answers. I do not. I can easily say, by simply allowing 2 guns to exist that have primary, secondary uses,
Mm-hmm.
and allowing them to exist at, I mean, dude, I was playing yesterday with Jordan. I had a DMR. Mine's not like even halfway leveled up. I downed a guy one shot out of a helicopter halfway across the map,
Yeah, there's no damage drop off.
just spitfiring at the guy. They're allowing, I mean, you just can't allow that broken of a mechanic to
Yeah,
exist
I
in your
guess-
game. And every day that goes by that they allow it to exist, they're straight up acknowledging that they don't care.
I guess that's how is a more constant update is like people aren't mad.
Attentiveness.
People kind of enjoy having a broken gun for a little bit just because it's like you're like for a couple days shit like that's I mean it's hilarious. You're dropping like
Yeah.
dude I just downed that motherfucker from 600 yards away with a
It
you
gets
know, just
really
a,
old really fast.
but then when it turns in you're like all right well this is week 2 and I'm getting downed left and right by guys
they could
600
repackage
yards
the game
away.
and go, all right, guys, new season. These are now the 2 best guns to use. Have fun. And it would not play any different.
Yeah.
The game wouldn't change. It would still be, you see what I'm saying? They could go, oh, here's this new map, which they did. Here's
Yeah.
30 new guns, which they did. And what happened? Everyone still used 2 weapons.
Yeah.
That is not a good game.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just,
when
you
just,
have
like,
to
look at
update
that,
it more constantly.
You do.
Just constant leveling, or like leveling out of stuff. And
But when you're that high of a regarded developer, you, like the Boston Bruins,
yeah,
you don't think you have to listen.
and everyone's still gonna buy the game. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? So
Jacob,
like,
guess
yeah,
what? It's free.
yeah, but yeah, you know what I'm
I know
saying?
what you're
Like,
saying,
like
yeah.
every
They'll
like
spend money at the store.
people are gonna spend that money, and they know that they don't give a fuck.
Microtransactions, for
Like
sure. Broken.
people, they're like a gun gets broken. There's always a fucking blueprint of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's
That
a no
R9
coincidence.
fire breath shotgun, you could just go and buy that shit.
And like we talked about,
you didn't even have to level it up.
and we talked about it's not as, as distinct as maybe it might, as we would have said, but these 2 guns, they're both Cold War guns.
Yeah, yeah,
Ideally, you would have to have the game if you really wanted to grind them quick.
yeah.
Not a coincidence, in my
Not a
opinion.
coincidence at all.
But
And they ain't
I
quick to
really
grind.
truly think like the game is at it's hit its peak. It
Yeah.
has already hit its peak. It is at its dying stage.
Definitely.
And that might not be true. Like viewership for it, like watching it could still be at
I think
its
it's gonna
highest.
level off. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's on the decline. You're
I-
probably right.
I would agree.
It's plateauing realistically, but
Kind of in the same way Fortnite did. Like everybody was in on that shit, and then it kind of
which that's
peaked,
had a
came back
resurgence.
down. It did.
Slightly.
Part of it because Warzone took
Warzone's
that.
so bad.
Yeah, Warzone took that big break between
Think about
content.
that. Think about the most hated fucking game that's like really played a lot by a lot of people, Fortnite, but
Mm-hmm.
hated across so many different other gaming, fucking people's palettes. Everyone hates that game.
Yeah.
People went back to it because Warzone's so bad.
Yep. And Nick Merckx was there. You know, people were like, "Oh, Nick,
That's true.
Nick."
And he's an influencer.
He is.
He's
He's
100% influencer.
real big.
I don't know.
I'm wondering what the next one is going to be,
I tell you
or
what, you're only gonna have 2 options.
what?
The next meta. Are you
No,
talking
I'm
this
the
game?
next game because I feel like
Tarkov.
do you think we're in the dying stages of BR being the thing?
I think a BR like Warzone, a BR like Fortnite is dying. I think BRs that were a little bit more niche and creative, like a PUBG, I think those are going to start to come back. And you're gonna have different tastes, where you're gonna have more developers being a little bit more keen on the demo and what different demographics want. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be BRs those to be good and to stay in the gaming industry. I think they need to be more catering to the less casual gamer.
Yeah,
Because right
just
now
see-
they're doing too much of that, and I think that's what's going to kill it as a genre of game.
yeah,
Because if it's all casual, then it might as well be a fucking Candy Crush.
yeah. That's
You
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I just know like from when you look at the streamer standpoint, I think they're a real big reason why the games blow up. Those hot games like PUBG, you can't really drop like a 25 bomb,
Right.
excite the people. So it's just like
100%.
it's just
But
a
also
it's a real
watch-
weird
Watch
dynamic.
those streamers of late. at least to me, they don't look like they're fucking having fun,
At
bro.
all.
So I mean, it's like a thing, and even we talked about that video that Nick just put out. I don't think he even knows what's going on anymore. You know what I mean? Like he's like, yo, today's video, these fucking hackers, we made them fight. and that's all I got for you because I'm not in control anymore.
No,
like,
it is funny to see all those guys on YouTube's putting out like, yeah, no, we played the game.
we're trying.
Here's the best we had. There's not a lot. There's nothing. Like,
come on, and they're like sitting there, 100,000 viewers. Activision, help. Crickets. But Squirrel's gonna kill us if we don't wrap it up. So let's wrap it up. Jacob,
what's up?
Where can they get us?
Dude, you can get us to complain about Activision at Talkin' Sauce Pod, no underscore, respect the underscore. If you're watching, please listen. All the streaming platforms.
Please watch it.
And it's only on YouTube. So you find me at JCobb, JAY_COBBB Josh.
Give me a T, TABZZ.
Dylan.
You teabags, you mom.